Hey, what's up, everybody? Yeah, it's been a long time since I've actually made a video. um, I guess I should explain where I've been. I haven't been playing much Apex, actually. If I go to my things here, um, I kind of just, stopped playing. Season 14. Uh, I played mostly all of season 13. But as you can see, I only played a little bit of season 14, and then I stopped like halfway through season 14, and then I didn't play season 15 at all. So yeah, I've been gone for a while. I've been slacking, but I'm back, and I plan to stay back now. I'm pretty much gonna be doing a movement guide and kind of like tips and tricks on how to get better type guide. I figured I'd make this video kind of as like a mental reset for myself, and also just to provide information for you guys. If any of you guys are playing console and you're trying to get better and you can't do all the crazy stuff that PC players can do, like all the tap strafing and things like that, at least I can give you a few tips on what you can do. So let's get into the firing range. So I guess let's start off with some basic stuff. Obviously most of you have been playing. Well, if you're watching this video, I suggest you're new and don't know how to do movement. So I guess for the newbies, I'll teach you how to do the really basics. Obviously you probably know how to jump, you probably know how to slide, but slide jumping. To slide jump, you pretty much want to press your slide button. In my case, I have custom button layout, but you want to sprint, hold slide, and then press jump at the same time. Slide, jump. And this is the fastest way to get around the map when you're traveling around. And this is probably the movement tech you're probably going to be doing the most. I mean, it's really useful. And it's kind of a setup for a lot of different moves as well. Like if you do a slide into a wall jump. And that's pretty much the only way you can do it, unless you just jump off the wall. But as you can see, I can't really just jump and press off. I mean, I can, but like you get like pushed down type thing. Alright, so probably the next movement after the slide jump, we're going to learn how to, I guess, bunny hop, which is a variant of slide jumping, but when you do it correctly, you can actually move pretty fast on the floor. And also it's just really useful. It kind of makes it harder for enemies to hit you depending on if you're like zigzagging, I guess. You can get quite a lot of movement with it too. But you're going to want to just basically do a slide jump. But this time, every time, once you hit the slide jump, you're going to jump, keep holding crouch, and then you're just going to keep pressing jump every time you hit the ground. Alright? So, slide, jump, jump. Okay, that was terrible. Hold up. Slide, jump, 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 jump. Alright? Alright, so the next movement tech we're going to learn, we're actually going to go back here, because we're going to learn how to do wall bounce. Now, if you're new to Apex, and you've probably seen like a YouTube video of like a really good player like AC or Fade, moving around, doing a bunch of crazy movement, and you want to do similar movement, and you see this one trick that everybody does, which is the wall bounce. One of the most basic and probably one of the coolest, well, it's just like one of the most basic and coolest movements you can do in the game, and it's actually extremely easy. So what you're gonna do is, now that you've mastered your slide jumping, and I'm assuming you've mastered bunny hopping, so slide jumping should be a lot easier for you, or practically a second nature. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna run up to the wall, slide jump, jump off. But the trick to jumping off is not just as simply as just spamming jump when you hit the wall. What you want to do is when you hit the slide jump and you jump for the wall, you want to let go of any other buttons. You don't want to hold any other button besides jump. Don't move forward. Don't move left. Don't do anything. When you hit the wall, just jump. All right? Because if you hold a directional button while trying to wall jump, it's gonna look like this. See? Because now you're just spamming your face on the wall, and people are gonna look at you and like, what the hell is this goofball doing? It's only good if you're wall bouncing. Like, I guess you can do that too. You can learn that as well. Just wall bouncing on the gaps here, but it's not really that useful. Real quick, before you go on to the zipline, what I forgot to mention is that a little exercise you can do for wall bouncing if you want to get like really good at it is use the objects around you. You don't have to just use this wall. There's plenty of things you can use. If you're really good at, scanning your environment and knowing where things are, knowing what things are climbable and what things aren't, it's actually pretty easy to find places to wall bounce. Like if you want to do a precision exercise, what you can do is wall bounce off the side of these. And you can wall bounce off the side of those all you want. And it's actually pretty good for precision because these, obviously, look at it. The corner of the thing is very small here. So you could just wall bounce exercise. If you want to learn more as well, you can also use these things. Like if you're trying to wall bounce over an object, right? There's an object there, you're trying to wall bounce, boom, jump off the thing. They're dead, right? So you really just wanna like be creative in the firing range. There's plenty of things you can wall bounce off of. There's no reason why you shouldn't try to bounce off everything. So yeah, that's what I wanted to mention. Alright, zip lines. Okay. So I guess the one thing that everybody wants to learn on zip lines is how to do the zip line hopping. You get from bottom floor to the next floor without having to do this and then jumping into it. You want to look stylish and not get beamed going up the thing, because if you're fighting against anyone that's good at the game. Oh. Okay. We're back after the firing range just had a big lag for some reason. Alright, so back to what I was saying. Yeah, you don't want to get beamed, because if you're fighting anybody that's good at the game, if you just go up like this, anyone that's sitting up top there, you're just gonna get beamed, and you're pretty much just gonna die. You're gonna die regardless. You can you'll probably get shot, you'll jump off, and then they'll just beam you on the way down anyway. So what you want to do, let's say the student building, right? Student building has 3 floors, or like 5, but you guys know what I'm talking about. So if you guys are going for the student building, right? Let's say this is the bottom floor. You're trying to get to the next floor. Boom. That's what the zipline hop looks like, and that's how you get the 2nd floor. So what you're gonna want to do is you don't have to slide jump. I'm just doing this because it's easy to get momentum and speed and go up and over instead of just running for it and then doing it. Which you can do both, but if someone's chasing you and they're shooting you, you're gonna want to hit the slide jump to get to the 2nd floor. All right. So the key to doing this is simple. What you're gonna want to do, whether you slide jump or not, doesn't matter. What you're gonna want to do is press whatever button it is that you use to ride the zipline, and then you're gonna want to just hold. You're gonna want to hold that button. So for me, obviously, it's square. So I'm gonna hold square, but I'm going to keep pressing the jump button, because if I hold square and then press jump, I jump off. See? Hold it, press it, jump off. Hold square, come up to it, jump off. Alright? It makes it easier. So you're gonna hold your run, or you're gonna hold your square button, or whatever button. If you're playing Xbox, it's I don't know. I don't play Xbox. I'm not one of you weirdos. But you're gonna hold your ride, and then you're gonna keep pressing jump, and you're gonna want to turn. Once you jump, you're gonna want to turn around. You're gonna want to make a full 360 to look back at the zipline. All right, it's infinitely easier looking up and then turning. Because if I'm just looking straight and then turn, I can do it, but it looks kind of weird. But you're gonna want to look up, because you're not gonna be smart player if you just run and then do it for no reason. Obviously look at what your surroundings are. If you look up and you realize that there's Watson fences or that there's players up here, you're probably gonna get killed if you just look straight and then jump to the next floor, because the next floor might just have a full team. So obviously you're gonna want to look up. Look up, turn, jump the thing. All right. I have my advanced aim senses. So I have dead zone 0, I have threshold 1, response rate 10, but my yaw speed is like 480, and this is also 480. Yeah, you can kind of pause it here if you want to get my exact if you want to get it exact, you can just look at it here. All right. So that's pretty much the zipline jump. And if you're also like really good, or you're just trying to do this for fun, you can also hit the zipline 3 times. Since they nerfed the ziplines, you can only ride it 3 times. So you can hit this 3 times, especially if you move fast enough. So yeah, that's one of the easier things to do. Well, it's not easy, but once you master just normal zipline jump, just as this over and over again, once you master that, adding the third one will be so much easier because you're just doing the same thing. You're just turning around and looking back to zipline. Alright, so next thing we're going to learn is super glide. This is probably something you've seen a lot of pros do when they climb on something and then they just kind of get like a crazy boost off the object, like that. That is what's called a super glide. So, what we're going to do is, when you approach this object, or approach where you're climbing, right? It's all about timing, really. It's not that hard. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to press, when you climb up, right? You get to this point. Once you get to the top, then you're going to want to press the slide off. So you climb up, and then slide off. So, but don't do it that way, because that's not super glide. There you go. That's how you do it. It's all about timing. So once you reach the apex of your climb, and you feel yourself climb up and over, you're gonna want to press your jump and your crouch at the same exact time, and that's gonna give you the boost to move. And yes, you can hold a directional input. So if you're holding forward, it doesn't matter. You don't have to not press a button, but when you do it, boom. And I suggest recommending practicing on this because it's like the easiest thing to do. There's some of these type of things up there, but this is just easier down here, and there's plenty of them. So you can kind of set up like a course for yourself. Just try to see how many super glides you can hit in a row as you go that way. So climb up, and then press jump and crouch at the same time. So yeah, those are those are really just the movement tech you want to learn the most, are those movements. You can learn like the more crazier stuff, I guess, like mantle jumping. I'm pretty sure you can do it on controller, but I haven't taken the time to really practice that yet. So that I only came back to playing Apex again, like I think like three or 4 weeks ago. But so yeah, I just want to get this movement guide in. But you can also hit like a boosted jump on these zip lines as well. So what you want to do is when you boom, see? So what you're going to do is, I guess I could teach this one. So what you're going to do, this one's kind of more of a niche thing. It's not really going to be that good unless you're playing Pathfinder or you have a Pathfinder in your team. You're not really going to use this all too much. But to do this, you're going to want to press your ride and then quickly double tap jump as fast as possible. Before they get on the thing, you're going to want to just do it. Because sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. That pretty much wraps up part 1 of this movement guide. Part 2 is going to be more of my tips, and I'll teach you a little bit more movement things, if I can remember them. But this is pretty much like the most basic movement guide for controller players. If you're playing controller, and you want to learn movement, I suggest you learn all these movements, because they're really good. This is the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm sorry I've been gone for so long, but I'm back. And, yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.